or business free of pests with just one annual pest control visit. Roaches, ants, bed bugs. You don't want that stuff in your house. Call Bug Busters right now for that annual treatment. Guaranteed to keep those bugs out of your life. Or visit bugbustersmisslou.com.
Call 1-800-562-4570. 1-800-562-4570.
The following is a B92 Sports production. And now, Monday Night Baseball. Dixie Youth Game coverage on B92 is brought to you by Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Exit 40 Brookhaven, King's Daughters Medical Center, Brookway Market Basket on Brookway Boulevard, Rex Lumber Company, Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration, Toyota of Brookhaven on Brookway Boulevard, Dry Therapy Brookway Boulevard, and C&W Homes in Vicksburg. Now let's go behind home plate for Monday Night Baseball on B92.
Hey, good evening and welcome to the Lincoln Civic Center Baseball Complex. Ken Hollingsworth along with Jeff Richardson, the final Monday night game of the current season. I got an exciting game. In fact, you said you've not had this team before.
We have not seen either one of these teams, so I'm real fired up about seeing some different kids.
Farm Bureau and Gatlin Feed set to go at it here at Game 1. Game 2 on this very same field at 7:30 will be 601 Sports against Paul Barnett Nissan. Then tomorrow evening, 3 games. Have 2 on Field 3, Culbertson Construction versus Kingfish, and there'll be a 6 o'clock game that is 7:30 here on Field 3, All-American Housing against Farm Bureau, and on Field 4, a 6 o'clock game, Bank of Franklin versus Gatlin Feed. So this final couple of nights, all 10 and under ball games,
right?
Both tonight and tomorrow night. And fall ball will be coming up in September. There'll be an 8-week season. If you've got somebody you'd like to play, I understand that most of the teams already kind of organized somewhat. But if you have somebody you'd like to play, just need to get in touch with the Lincoln Civic Center Baseball Complex. Just go to their Facebook page. They've got complete instructions on how you can get somebody's name on the list to be a part of this fall Dixie Youth season coming up here at the complex.
It's great, yeah. It's good to be here, Ken. It's good to see these kids out here. They needed a baseball season. A summer without a Little League baseball season, I don't know that it's ever existed. So, it's been a shortened season and a little change for them. No all-stars and things like that. But I think that's great that they're going to transition into a fall season and keep them playing a little bit this year. Get their skills up and let them learn what it's like to be a part of a team.
All right, let's take 2 minutes right now, 2 minutes down the line. We'll come back, give you some opening lineups, and get this game started here. It's Farm Bureau versus Gatlin Feed. It's all coming up after this 2 minutes on B92.
Cash in on cool summer savings at C&W Homes in Vicksburg. C&W Homes has 2 Sunshine Display homes at big discounts. Take your choice and save on a Sunshine 28 by 68 4-bedroom 2-bath home or a 32 by 64 3-bedroom 2-bath Sunshine home. Price includes delivery, setup, skirting, and AC. These great homes are priced to move. C&W Homes, Highway 61 South, Vicksburg. They will not be undersold. Call toll-free 800-748-9056. Online, cwmobilehomes.com.
During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
The pipe under the sink broke. Junior started a small fire in the den. Don't panic. Call Nathan Grayson and Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. Whatever disaster strikes your home, Dry Time can take care of it. Fire and soot, water, mold, and more. Dry Time also offers complete cleaning services from floor to ceiling. Don't panic. Call Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. 754-1449.
For a winning deal on a new Toyota or Carfax certified pre-owned vehicle, it's Toyota of Brookhaven. The friendly sales team at Toyota of Brookhaven will help you choose the right vehicle for you with financing to fit your budget. When it comes to service, Toyota of Brookhaven takes care of everything from oil changes to major repair work. Toyota of Brookhaven, 890 Brookway Boulevard. Online, toyotaofbrookhaven.com. Good luck to all our Dixie youth teams.
Welcome back to the Lincoln Civic Center Baseball Complex. Final couple of nights of the Dixie Youth season. Coming up, our game, the game we'll have for you this evening, our featured game. And unfortunately, I guess our final game we'll have for Dixie Youth Baseball this year will be Farm Bureau versus Gatlin Feed. A 10 and under matchup here at the complex. And again, we invite you to come out. Again, there are restrictions, so you've got to have a proper distancing. Bleachers have been taken out. And so there's some of the things that you have to be aware of. But you got folks who would like to keep up with the game and can't make it out, tell them to tune to B92.1. That's right. Also, if they're out of the listening area, they can go to our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com and search for B92 space WBKN. That's all lowercase on the YouTube channel. We'll archive that at that location as well, so you can go back and check it out again at another time if you'd like to.
Yeah, and if you're driving in tonight and you're going to be at the game, but you've got a youngster playing, you can go back on YouTube and listen to it later. You don't know what kind of thrill it is for them to hear their names called over the radio or through the internet streaming there. So be sure to go out and do that and promote these kids and the fun they're having. Because this is work. It's work for them to get out here and hustle, especially in this heat. So just proud to have them out here and really excited that B92 is able to do this each week.
And again, thanks to all of our sponsors who chipped in to help us out. Appreciate their support for local sports here in the area. Again, it's Gatlin Feed and Farm Bureau set to go at it here. Just the umpires are here, so we're about ready to get our first pitch.
We're getting ready. Yeah. When the umpires show up, it's time to go. We've got. We talked about the matchup we have tonight. Of course, Farm Bureau is in your typical Farm Bureau maroon, so they look like Farm Bureau. Gatlin is in a lime green. Ken, we're gonna have a hard time seeing those numbers. Lime green with kind of a silver number out there. So I can say this: since over the years, the little league uniforms have gotten to be a little bit more and more flashy, and not just your plain old green, blue, red, and maroon. So lime green guys will take the field first tonight. Gatlin will be the home team. Farm Bureau will be the visitors, and I think we've already clicked off the clock. So as soon as this young pitcher gets warmed up, we'll see the first pitch.
Caden Book is on the hill here this evening for Gatlin Feed. Leading off with Farm Bureau is going to be Jacob Baker. He's going to be the starting shortstop for Farm Bureau tonight. He'll be followed by Maxon Bradley, who will be your first baseman. You've got Branford Beeson, the center fielder, will be batting number 3 in the lineup to get things started. Then the pitcher for the Farm Bureau club, Elliot Peavy, will be batting cleanup. Both umpires are here. The Gatlin Feed defense is on the field. Farm Bureau getting set to lead it off here with Jacob Baker. And you have a 7-minute time clock, and the clock's already running here, Jeff.
That's right. We're ready to go.
It's already down to 68 minutes. We're waiting for the umpire to say play ball here.
And we've said this many times. I think the hardest working man on the field on any of these nights is the catcher. So he's in there. The Gatlin catcher is in there. Brantley Jordan. He's getting ready to come out, start taking those warm-up tosses. Those guys work really hard every night. Not only do they have to squat behind that plate in the dirtiest part and take every pitch, usually a good bit of them get back to the backstops. They have to chase those down. That's a tough position to play anytime in baseball, especially at this age.
Give the pitcher a moment to warm up here, so let's take a quick 60 down the line. 60 seconds. We'll come back to the opening pitch right after this on B92.
Sports injury? Tri-Therapy Physical and Occupational Therapy Clinics can help. We provide care for all types of injuries and rehabilitation. Richard Barker, owner and physical therapist, has created and managed sports programs for adolescents for many years here in Brookhaven. Tri-Therapy's main office is in Brookhaven at 509 Brookway Boulevard, along with locations in Crystal Springs, Monticello, Macomb, Magnolia, Prentice, and Hattiesburg. You have a choice. Choose Tri-Therapy. Call us at 601-833-7317.
Our youth sports programs are an important part of our community. Rex Lumber is proud to be a supporter of youth sports. As in sports, teamwork is an important part of any business and community effort. Rex Lumber supports our community and is pleased to be a part of the team helping Lincoln County grow. Good luck to all the teams, and a big thank you to all the players, coaches, family, and supporters who make it all happen. Go teams. Rex Lumber is with you all the way.
On the hill to get things started for Gatlin Feed tonight is going to be their pitcher, Book, Caden Book. Behind the plate is going to be Jeremiah Henning. And we did have Jordan behind the plate, but he's now moved to center field. Right. And they had another player running a little bit late. He is here now, so we'll get their batting order once Gatlin gets through their defensive part of this first inning. The clock's running still, Jeff. We've already got 4 minutes ticked off the clock here. Don't have a pitch made yet. But I want to thank some of our field sponsors for their support for this season. Bank of Brookhaven, Sullivan, Ford, Lincoln, Susan Probst from American Fries, Lundgren Engineering, Bank Plus, Farm Bureau, Pepsi, the Lincoln Civic Center, and others who've pitched in with their money, and a lot of folks pitching in with their time to get things underway here. As we mentioned, a shortened season. Normally this season will start way back in March, right? Yeah. And you play into June, and you get your all-stars together, and you play a district tournament. Then from there you go on to a state tournament, right? And then hopefully on to more like a World Series after that. So obviously no state tournament this year, so this will be about it for Dixie Youth Baseball for our local teams this year.
That's true. They you're right. They usually start in some pretty cold temperatures. We're sitting out here in sweatshirts and blankets when they start. And as you said, they kind of get finished and roll into All-Stars. And some of the All-Stars are well done by now usually. So it's a little different year this year, and it's great that these kids have been able to adapt and play some ball. So it's going to be a fun night here tonight, and glad you were listening to us.
All right, get things going now. Jacob Baker, the shortstop for Farm Bureau, will lead it off here. The right-handed batter will step to the plate for Farm Bureau to get things going. Book looks down to his catcher. Here comes a pitch on the way inside, and Baker has to bail out of there. It's good thing he ball one.
If he had dropped to the ground, he would have taken that one right on the shoulder pads to start this game off. It's already 1-0 there.
It's a 1-0 pitch coming up from Book as he checks down with his catcher. Book goes into his windup. And the pitch on the way again. That's going to be a little bit high for ball 2.
As we've said, Ken, it's almost every week these kids step onto the mound, and it takes them at least an inning usually to get into any kind of rhythm. And then usually if they can get through that first inning with giving up 1 or 2 walks, then they get into kind of a flow and can start throwing strikes.
Here's a 2-0 pitch to Baker. That was going to be low as he tried to come back inside, down around the inside part of the plate, but missed it low for ball 3. So 3 straight pitches, 3 straight call balls, 3-0 count now, Baker.
Yeah, he's working Henning back there already, and it's interesting to see Henning behind the plate because I grew up with his father, Paul, and he was always our catcher. So generations keep going here.
That pitch is going to be inside for ball 4, so a leadoff walk delivered to Jacob Baker. Puts a runner aboard here for Farm Bureau and brings up the first baseman, Braxton Bradley.
Well, of course, you can't see where these pitches are being located, but as that bat continued to progress, he got closer and closer to the strike zone. So we'll see if he can settle down here and start to throw some strikes.
So Book, the man aboard at first. Pitch outside, got away from the catcher, and the hustling down to second is going to be Baker. So Farm Bureau puts somebody in scoring position already. So Baker leads it off with a walk. Pitch got to outside of the catcher Henning, and allows Baker to get down to second. Gatlin's coach will come out real quick to give a little encouragement to his pitcher.
Yeah, he's trying to settle him down, tell him not to overthrow, not to think about it too much. Just throw the mitt, pitch and catch.
So Book checks down with Henning. Henning puts the glove in the middle of the strike zone. Book walks and fires. Pitch is going to be a little bit outside There goes Baker to third, throw to third, not in time. Got past the third baseman, backing the play up is going to be shortstop Mowdy. He'll prevent the ball from getting out of the outfield. It'll hold Baker at third.
Yeah, good job there by the infielder backing up the third baseman there and keeping that ball from going down the left field line. Hitting, tried to get him. There again, Book is getting a little bit closer to the strike zone. I'd like to see him getting a rhythm here and start throwing some strikes.
Here comes the runner down the third baseline. Got a run down as Baker took off. As soon as that ball came sailing in there, the ball is going to come back to home and go sailing over the head of the catcher. That'll allow Baker to score run number 1 for Farm Bureau.
Well, Ken, a rundown is one of the most complicated plays in baseball. You really know what you're going to do. You got to run them back real close to the bag and try to make one throw. And for these guys to do it at this age is really tough. So good job there and of base running by Farm Bureau to get that run in.
3-0 count here on Bradley. That pitch outside, back-to-back walks delivered by Book, and it puts the man on first for the 1-0 lead here on the top of the first for Farm Bureau.
Smart base
Bradley. Bradley noticing that Gatlin a little bit slow to get the ball back to the pitcher, never checked up after he tagged the bag at first and hustles down to second, so he's in scoring position now.
When you throw it back to the pitcher, he has to be in a certain radius around that mound before the runner cannot run. And he watched, and a smart move, just took off when he threw it back to the pitcher.
Pitch is off the plate, hits the plate, bounces right in front of us for ball. That allows the runner Bradley to hustle down to third. So 1-0 count here.
Good job, good hustle by Henning back there behind the plate on that play. But not much he could do with that by the time he picked it up.
Decent. The 1-0 count awaits a pitch from Book. There it comes. That's going to be outside. Got away from the catcher. Here comes the runner, and I believe they got him. Yeah,
good job by
Henning to retrieve that ball, hustle back to the plate, and tag the runner. Beeson sliding in for out number 1.
Well, Henning, a couple of good things he did there was he turned around and instead of throwing the ball, he knew he had time to get there. And another thing he did, Ken, he kept the ball in his bare hand so he could put the tag on him, didn't have to worry about exchanging it to his glove and taking a chance on him coming out. Good job there.
So ball out at the plate, that ball behind the batter, Beeson, that'll run it to a 3-0 count now. Well, Bradley trying to score from third, Henning with the ball getting past him, hustles back, hits the ball, gets back to home in time to make the tag for the out. There's one out here on the top of the first with Farm Bureau on top 1-0.
Book is really laboring out there trying to get it in there for a strike.
3-0 pitch coming up from Book. That's on the way. That's looks pretty good pitch there, right at the letters for call strike 1, 3-1 the countdown. Beeson, as they call the old hitters countdown.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. And that was a really good-looking strike.
Book checks down with a hitting. Here comes a pitch on the way. That's swung on, fouled off the plate for strike 2.
And it's interesting, sometimes as a pitcher, and you're not able to get into your rhythm, it takes that one pitch, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now I've got this. And you just have to work and make sure you don't think about it. Just pitch and catch with your catcher.
Here comes a pitch into Bradford Beeson. Facing a 3-2 pitch here from Book. Brings it home, swung on.
Good job.
And missed for strike 3, so a strikeout, a credit to the Book, and out number 2.
Nice comeback there because, as Ken said there, had a 3-0 count, and he just worked his way back and threw 3 straight strikes.
Here's Elliot Peavy, the opposing pitcher for Farm Bureau tonight. Looks straight to be a call strike, so looks like he's maybe found that range a little bit now.
I tell you, after a back-to-back waltz to start this, if he can get out of this inning with only giving up 1 run, you got to feel like it's a hugely successful top of the first.
0-1 count here on Peavy. Right-handed batter awaits a pitch here from Book. Book takes his time. Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off the plate for strike 2.
Another nice pitch there, Peavy. tried to drive it to the right side and was not able to get a whole lot on it. And that ball had rolled fair, that was going to be trouble. So that's good news for the Gatlin team there as well.
0-2 pitch coming up as Book tries to get out of the inning here for Gatlin. Pitch is out a little bit low. Got a fastball, but missed it down low. Good stop by their hitting. That'll make it a 1-2 count now. PV Wilkes Carter, the second baseman for Farm Bureau, standing in the on-deck circle. Let's see if PV can reach.
Not a bad pitch there. Good job by PV and watching the spin on it. Let it hit the dirt. Taking it.
1-2 pitch. Again, that's low. Bounced off the plate for ball 2. Evens the count up at 2-2 now on PV after Book got ahead of the count early. 0-2.
That's not easy to do if you're PV, because you get an 0-2 count and you don't want to take a call third strike. So to be able to take those 2 pitches, that was good job by him.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch, way high for ball 3. That runs it to a full count now, 3-2 to PV.
So now you're in a situation, if your Book, you got to reach back to where you were in that previous at bat. You had a 3-0 count, came back with 3 straight strikes, and then you threw 2 strikes on PV, and now you hadn't been able to find the strike zone. So you got to settle back down, get back in that rhythm that you'd found.
There's a pitch. That's going to be a call. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side as PV looks at a call, strike 3. On the inning for the Farm Bureau Club, they get 1 run, no hits, and nobody left. So we played 1/2 inning. The score is Farm Bureau 1. Gatlin Feed is coming to bat. Let's take 60 down the line. Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
It's the good old summertime, and what better place to enjoy all the fresh fruits and vegetables the summer has to offer than Brookway Market Basket. Peanut lovers, Brookway Market Basket has fresh medium jumbo peanuts. Whatever the garden produces, you'll always get the best selection at Brookway Market Basket, 835 Brookway Boulevard, Brookhaven. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Credit, debit, and EBT cards accepted. And check out the EBT Double Up Bucks program at Brookway Market Basket. Brookway Market Basket now has in South Carolina peaches. And tell Wayne you heard about it on B92.
Hey, this is Will Thibodeau with Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Southwest Mississippi's Ford truck headquarters. We here at Sullivan want to extend our biggest thanks for all of your business over the past few months by offering 0% up to 84 months on all remaining 2019 models, as well as 0% up to 72 months on most of our 2020 vehicles. Don't forget our special discounts for military, teachers, college grads, first responders, and healthcare professionals. Check out our Facebook page or visit us on the World Wide Web at SullivanFordLincoln.com. Sullivan Ford Lincoln. We're better, we're proving it, and we want you to be the judge. Exit 40, Brookhaven.
And back here at Dixie Youth Baseball at the complex, got some folks listening down Ocean Springs.
Yeah, I would shout out to Rick and Debbie Greer listening from beautiful, beautiful Ocean Springs. I listen to their grandson, third baseman, Jackson Greer. So we appreciate you guys tuning in down there in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Great place to be right now.
Yet if you have people outside of the listening area, it's on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com and search B92 space WBKN, which is audio only. That's right. Hadn't perfected our video.
Thank goodness, Ken. The minute they start doing video for these games, that's when I'm out, I'm pretty sure. I will be fired immediately.
1-0 ball game here. Farm Bureau on top. Got Peavy on the hill, hide behind the plate. Greer over at third. Carter at second. Bradley is at first base. That's your infield for Farm Bureau. And leading it off for Gatlin Feed will be Jacob Jones, your second baseman. He'll be followed by Garrett Powdy, the third baseman, and pitcher Caden Book, and then the cleanup batter will be Braxton McDaniel, the shortstop.
I tell you, Ken, we reflect back on that first inning, and when you looked at the first 7 pitches, Book was not able to get a strike over after the first 7 pitches, and all of a sudden, he settled down and got out at home and trying to steal in home, and Henning was able to put the tag on the man there, and then back-to-back strikeouts. So good, really a good top of the first inning if you're Gatlin Feed. So now what they're wanting to do is come in and capitalize on that, try to score some runs.
So Jacob Jones will step to the plate. right-handed batter. Again, in their green jerseys, gray pants. Farm Bureau maroon jerseys, white numerals, and gray pants. Gatlin has those kind of gray numbers. That's right. Peavy's first pitch is going to catch that outside corner. Just nicked that outside corner. Call strike one.
Yeah, I was watching Peavy warm up, and he was all over that strike zone. So I think we're going to see him fill it up right here.
Ball one pitch from Peavy. That's going to be a little bit high and outside. Ball one, leaving it up at 1-1 here on Jacob Jones.
Jones, tall right-handed player.
1-1 pitch. A little bit high, but Jones goes after it anyway and misses for strike two. That's a little bit out of the strike zone, but Jones went up there to see if he could punch it over maybe in the right field, but missed it. That pitch is going to be just a little bit outside for a ball.
Yeah, a little bit high there. I'm noticing, when Peavy was warming up, he was really throwing strikes in it. It looks like as the batter got in the batter's box, he's aiming it a little bit. I think he'll get in a rhythm here. He'll be fine.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch to Jones.
Nice.
That's right in that inside corner. About letter high inside part of the plate for strike three, and there's one out.
Yeah, that's a pitch if you're batting, you just can't take it. But good job there by Peavy staying around the strike zone.
Here's Garrett Mowdy, the third baseman. Chokes up on that bat a little bit, right-handed batter. There's a call, strike one.
He is choked up. I like to see that. That's really good at this age. If you can choke up on the bat like that, you can really handle it better, spray the ball all around the field.
0-1 pitch is going to be high and outside for ball one. Evens it up at 1-1 here on Mowdy. The Gatlin feed pitcher, Caden Book on deck here.
Mowdy's a good bit off the plate there, so if he gets an outside pitch, he's going to be going to right field.
That pitch outside. Call ball on that one. That's 2-1 count here on Mowdy.
And it was still a close pitch. It's not a bad pitch, especially when you got a kid like Mowdy that's a good bit off the plate.
Swing and a miss. That'll even it up at 2-2.
Good cut there. Had a really good pitch. It almost looked like Peavy had taken a little bit off of it and floated it in there. Good pitch.
Peavy checks down with his catcher. There's called strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peavy. And it did take a little bit off that.
He did. Yeah. He's kind of spinning it on the outside corner. As I said, Mowdy was a good bit off the plate, and that was one of those Mowdy said, I really can't hit that one out there, so let me hope it's a ball, and not a bad play on both sides.
So here's Caden Book. Pitch on the way from Peavy. Swing and a miss. Had a good cut at it, but he missed it. Strike one.
Book is a slender right-hander.
1-0 ball game. Bottom of the first. Farm Bureau has the 1-0 lead. Pitch up high for ball one. 1-1 the count here on Book. If Book can reach, the shortstop Braxton McDaniel is waiting in the on-deck circle for Gatlin feed. There's another nice pitch from Peavy. Just hit that outside part of the plate. That's tough to do for a seasoned pitcher to get rid of the outside part of the plate like that.
And not only is it tough for the pitchers to do, but for the batters, it's even harder to hit.
High pitch there upstairs, ball 2-2 the count here at Book.
Not a bad pitch there. Peavy's been seeing him go after a couple of those high pitches, so he laid one up there, and Book did a great job laying off of it.
2-2 pitch, took something off of it, swing and a miss, and strike three, and that's it for Gatlin here in the bottom of the first. On the inning for Gatlin, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We played one complete here at the Lincoln Civic Center baseball complex. Going into the top of the second is Farm Bureau 1 and Gatlin feed nothing. Let's take 60 down the line. Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
Cash in on cool summer savings at C&W Homes in Vicksburg. C&W Homes has 2 Sunshine Display homes at big discounts. Take your choice and save on a Sunshine 28 by 68 4-bedroom 2-bath home or a 32 by 64 3-bedroom 2-bath Sunshine home. Price includes delivery, setup, skirting, and AC. These great homes are priced to move. C&W Homes, Highway 61 South, Vicksburg. They will not be undersold. Call toll-free 800-748-9056. Online, cwmobilehomes.com.
During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
Into the top of the second inning, Farm Bureau holding on to that 1-0 lead. A good pitching job by Peavy in the bottom of the first inning as he struck out the side for Gatlin Pede.
I'm really impressed with both pitchers. Ken, I know Book had a little trouble starting off that first inning, but then came around and really settled down, and then Peavy was just filling up the strike zone. And as I told you during commercial, I think there's been a Peavy on a Little League field since about 1970 is probably when Tucker played his first game, and then, of course, you had Todd after him, and then Michael, who is Mr. Peavy's father. So a lot of Peavy's filled up these fields over the years.
Leading off here in the top of the second for Farm Bureau, Wilkes Carter, the second baseman, and the catcher, Ethan Height. Alex Smoke, the right fielder, and Jackson Greer, the third baseman, will be batting cleanup this inning. 1-0 Farm Bureau, top of the second. Time clock is down to 46 minutes already. Of course, it rolled off about 4 minutes before the first pitch was thrown.
Indeed, we do start when they start warming up, so I'm sure that's something these coaches are highly aware of.
Right in there. The Book looked pretty good in his warm-ups there.
He does.
Some nice pitches in the warm-up.
Yeah, this throwing a strike to a catcher is not an easy thing to do, especially when you get a batter up there in the batter's box. So it takes a while for these kids to get used to it and get real acquainted with it. And sometimes it's a different adventure every night. You know, they hadn't been out there for a couple nights.
It looks like Book has gotten a little better velocity, and that's at least in that warm-up period, had some pretty good velocity on his pitches.
That's right, and that's a really a big deal in this league. In any league, velocity is a big deal, but you become legendary if you get a lot of velocity down here.
Here's Wilkes Carter leading it off for Farm Bureau. Top of the second, Farm Bureau on top 1-0. A pitch way inside, ball one. So starting off about like he did to begin the ball game, a pitch inside the high.
Yeah, like I said, the dynamics change dramatically when that batter steps into the batter's box. Carter's up there to the plate. He's filling it up. He's guarding that plate. He wants to own it.
So 1-0 count here to Carter. Book checks out his catcher hitting. Book brings it home. That's going to be a little bit inside. Had a pretty good speed on that pitch, but missed it inside for ball two. 2-0 count now to Wilkes Carter.
Yeah, not a bad pitch there. And that one looked like it had a little extra spin on it as well.
2-0 pitch coming up as Book as Henning setting up toward the inside of the plate. He wanted to come inside, threw it way too inside, and that's going to be ball three.
Got a little visit from his coach again, and I think he's probably telling him what I'm saying. Well, no, what he's telling him now is, I'm going to bring in a different pitcher.
So put Book over at shortstop, going to bring McDaniel in to pitch, it looks like, for Gatlin Pede. So we got a pitching change here, top of the second inning. Farm Bureau on top 1-0.
McDaniel coming over from shortstop. So he'll get some warm-up tosses here.
So while he's taking his warm-up tosses, let's take 30 seconds down the line. 30 seconds. Dixie Youth Baseball will continue after this on B92.
The pipe under the sink broke. Junior started a small fire in the den. Don't panic. Call Nathan Grayson and Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. Whatever disaster strikes your home, Dry Time can take care of it. Fire and soot, water, mold, and more. Dry Time also offers complete cleaning services from floor to ceiling. Don't panic. Call Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. 754-1449.
Well, Book faces 5 batters. He struck out 2, but he walked 3, and he's on the verge of walking the leadoff man, Wilkes Carter, so they bring in McDaniel from short to relieve Book and switch Book over to shortstop here for Gatlin Pede.
Yeah, like I said, Book kind of got control of things there in the first inning, but started off this one kind of like he started off the first. And I think if you're the coach from Gatlin Feed, you're thinking, Peavy does not look like he's going to give up a whole lot of runs, so I've got to do my best to make sure I don't give any free passes, because walks tend to lead towards runs.
And the final 2 nights of the current Dixie Youth season, all 10 and under games. Got the game at 7:30 tonight. 601 Sports takes on Paul Barnett. And tomorrow, 3 games, and that'll be the final 3 of the season here at the complex at the Lincoln Civic Center. At 6 o'clock, Culbertson Construction takes on Kingfish at this Field 3. Also on Field 3 at 7:30 tomorrow night, All-American Housing will take on Farm Bureau. And then at 6 o'clock over on Field 4, the Bank of Franklin will play Gatlin Feed. And that'll wrap it up. Fall season is coming up. There will be an 8-week fall season. Teams pretty well, I guess, already organized. But if you've got a player who wants to play, you need to contact the Lincoln Civic Center, get their name on the list so they can get involved in the fall league. They'll start the first part of September. They'll play 8 weeks into October.
That'll be great. Be great for these kids.
So Wilkes Carter steps back in for the 3-0 pitch and immediately takes ball 4. They'll bring up the catcher, Ethan Height. Height, another right-handed batter, steps to the plate. McDaniel on in relief for Book. Book now at shortstop for Gatlin Feed. That pitch way behind the batter, and there goes a runner hustling down to second. Henning will wisely hold on to the ball. Carter will take second on the play. So runner in scoring position. Still no hits in this ball game.
Not yet. A lot of walks, a lot of strikeouts.
Swing and a miss. So strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1 here on the Height.
Yeah, McDaniel kind of took a little bit off of that one and floated it in the strike zone. That's what he's got to do right here. Let these guys swing away.
Here's a 1-1 delivery. Again, a nice pitch. Got past the catcher, swing and a miss. And hustling down to third is going to be Carter. But again, a nice change of pace there from McDaniel on that pitch.
Yeah, sometimes it always feels like the harder you throw, the better you are, but sometimes it's not the case.
That pitch off the shoulder of the batter. Height shakes it off, and they'll take first base. The runners at first and third now. Nobody out here on the top of the second for Farm Bureau.
That was a little unfortunate there for McDaniel because he'd thrown a couple of good strikes in there, and then that one just floated up, and it was so near the strike zone that Height was kind of hanging in there waiting to see what happened. And all of a sudden it kind of dove in, hit him off the hands, and that was a walk.
Here's Alex Moak. He'll take it inside. Pitch gets past the catcher, and they're going to hold the runner at third. The runner at first being Height will take second, so both runners in scoring position now for Farm Bureau.
As we've discussed several times, this backstop here is pretty shallow, so the ball bounces off it pretty quickly. And Henning was able to get that, and they've already seen Henning was quick in making the tag, so they held the runner there at third base.
1-0 pitch. That's going to be a strike on that outside corner. Strike 1, 1-1 pitch, 1-1 count now on Moak. Jackson Greer, the third baseman, whose grandparents are listening down in Ocean Springs, right, is on deck.
Yeah, he's hoping to have a
swung out ground ball third base side. That's going to be a fair foul ball.
That was barely foul there, Ken. I thought it was going to go fair, and right at the last moment there, the hop went to the left side of the bag. Almost caught Coach Jay Greer over there as he was watching it roll.
So foul ball brings the count down to 1-2 here on Moak. 1-2 pitch from McDaniel. Swung on, popped up back to the screen here. Count will stay at 1-2.
That was really a good job of hitting there by Moak. That ball was probably a little bit out of the strike zone, but he committed and started to swing, and then that thing, the speed on it and the direction on that pitch changed, and he stayed with it to get a foul ball. That's a good pitch. Good job.
Swung on. That ball is fouled out of the park off to our right over toward the first base dugout. Count will stay 1-2 as Moak and McDaniel continue battling here.
Yeah. Moak, another good job there of a pitch that he really couldn't hit, but he didn't want take a third strike, so he fouled it off.
That pitch is inside for ball 2, even the count up at 2-2.
Smoke doing a good job, good eye there. That ball was not far out of the strike zone on the inside, but he took it. Good job of hitting.
That pitch way inside, ball 3. Here comes a runner from third. Little shovel throw back out to the pitcher who came in to cover from Henning, and the pitcher, McDaniel, coming down using his shortstop ability to put the tag on the runner coming in from third base, Carter, for out number 1.
Good job by Henning and McDaniel there in making sure they got him out.
Second tag out at home. That's Moke's going to take ball 4, so he's aboard with a walk. On the play, Height, the runner at second, does take third. So Moke and Height on a base pass, first and third respectively. Here's Jackson Greer, the third baseman. That pitch upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count here. Eli Grayson is on deck.
I tell you, go back to Moke's walk right there, Ken. Sometimes a walk, you just stand up there and take 4 balls. But he started with a couple of strikes and was able to foul off strike 3 and foul off strike 3. He fought for that walk. That's what you really call a quality at bat, even though it was a walk.
Moke has taken second as that last pitch came in. Nice pitch from McDaniel, swung on, foul tip there by Greer.
Yeah, good cut by Greer there. The ball's down a little bit in the strike zone, but it was a strike, and he was able to foul it off.
1-1 the count here in Greer. 1-0 ball game, top of the second. Farm Bureau on top with 1 out. That pitch way outside. Got past the catcher. Going to send the runner. Nope, they're going to run him back.
Might be a good idea not to send the runner a couple times there, because Henning is doing a really good job in getting that ball back. So Coach Greer, smart there, said, I'm not going to chance that again. Brought his man back to third.
Farm Bureau's had 2 players tagged out at the home.
That's right. That doesn't happen a lot down here, so good job by the Gatlin team and being able to keep those guys at third base.
McDaniel brings a 2-1 pitch that's going to be swung on, foul back off to our right, hitting the screen off to our right for strike 2.
Greer was right on that pitch. And sometimes when you see a foul and see the trajectory of it, you know he was right on it. He was on it. Just barely missed that one.
2-2 the count now, Jackson Greer. McDaniel checks down with the catcher. Here comes the pitch. That pitch way inside, ball 3.
Yeah, Greer had to get down on that one, or it would have hit him right on top of the head, I'm afraid. So good job getting out of the way.
3-2 count now on Greer. McDaniel locks and fires. That pitch is going to be swung on and missed. A little bit high. I think Greer thought he might could swat that ball into the infield, but just barely missed it for strike 3.
I think what he thought there was it was going to be way, way out of strike zone. It looked like it was, and it was one of those that started to float and come down, and he was afraid it was going to be strike 3, and he didn't want to take it, so he had to alter everything about his swing and try to go after it. Good pitch there.
Eli Grayson, one of the outfielders now, left-handed batter. That pitch is going to be off the glove of Henning. Here comes the runner. Henning's going to race to the plate, and they got him another one. That's 3 that the Gatlin feed is tagged out at home, and that's going to be an out as Height tries to score, tagged out at the plate.
Great job by
number 3. That's going to retire the side, so Grayson will be leading it off in the third. On the inning for Farm Bureau, no runs, no hits, 1 left. We played a 1.5. It's Farm Bureau 1 and Gatlin feed nothing. Let's take 60 down the line. 60 Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
For a winning deal on a new Toyota or Carfax certified pre-owned vehicle, it's Toyota of Brookhaven. The friendly sales team at Toyota of Brookhaven will help you choose the right vehicle for you with financing to fit your budget. When it comes to service, Toyota of Brookhaven takes care of everything from oil changes to major repair work. Toyota of Brookhaven, 890 Brookway Boulevard. Online, toyotaofbrookhaven.com. Good luck to all our Dixie youth teams.
Sports injury? Tri-Therapy Physical and Occupational Therapy Clinics can help. We provide care for all types of injuries and rehabilitation. Richard Barker, owner and physical therapist, has created and managed sports programs for adolescents for many years here in Brookhaven. Tri-Therapy's main office is in Brookhaven at 509 Brookway Boulevard, along with locations in Crystal Springs, Monticello, Macomb, Magnolia, Prentice, and Hattiesburg. You have a choice. Choose Tri-Therapy. Call us at 601-833-7317.
At the bottom of the second inning, Farm Bureau on top by a score of 1-0. Big storyline of this game so far, Jeff, is the fact that Gatlin Pete is able to tag out 3 runners at home.
That's right.
Well, this will be a 4-0 ball game.
That's right. Exactly. Doing a great job back there. Jeremiah Henning hustling, getting back there. He's put, I think, a couple tags on himself and thrown a couple back to his pitcher to get the tag put on there.
Well, Braxton McDaniel leads it off here, the pitcher for Gatlin Pete. McDaniel and Bradley Jordan, Braden Case, and Jeremiah Henning. The batting order of this inning for Gatlin Pete. We've got 31 minutes on the clock here in a 1-0 ball game for Farm Bureau. Thanks to some of our field sponsors for their support for Dixie Youth Baseball: Duncan Engineering, Trust Park National Bank, Pepsi, Brown Bottling Company and Pepsi, and also, of course, the Lincoln Civic Center. Thanks to all of those for their support for Dixie Youth Baseball.
That's right. Those sponsors been helping us for years, and that's just great that they're able to support these kids out here and let them have a good time and play.
So Peavy on the hill, same battery, Peavy and Height. McDaniel, right-handed batter, will step to the plate. Holds that bat right on the end of it. Peavy's pitch is swung on. There's a little fly ball out to right field, gathered up quickly by Mokill, fired back in. So first hit of the ball game goes to Braxton McDaniel for Gatlin Pete.
Yeah, he's just able to get a pitch out there on the outside, drive it to right field. Good job of hitting there by McDaniel. There's a reason he's in that cleanup spot, it looks like.
Here's Bradley Jordan now. Jordan, the center fielder. Braden Case on deck. Peavy's pitch is going to be up and away for a ball. Ball 1 to Bradley Jordan. One low count here to Peavy. Peavy into the windup. Here comes the pitch on the way. That way high. There goes the runner. McDaniel and Height will hold the ball. So McDaniel with a leadoff single takes second, and the pitch that got past the catcher. So the tying run for Gatlin Pete out there at second base.
That's right. Peavy just needs to settle down here.
Pitch is high, and Height's going to come from behind the plate to challenge the runner at second. McDaniel took a pretty healthy lead off the bag after the pitch, and Height tried to bluff him back and was successful getting back on second. That time, Peavy took a lot off that pitch, and that pitch falls right on that inside corner of the plate for a strike. 3-1 count now on Jordan.
And that's what Peavy may have to do here, get back in his rhythm, because he was unhittable in that first inning.
That pitch outside for ball, gets past the catcher. Runner from second will hustle down to third. Puts Jordan on at first on the walk. So runners now at first and to third. Left-handed batter, Braden Case, the left fielder. Case chokes up a little bit on that bat. Pitch from Peavy is outside for ball 1. McDaniel trying to draw a throw over at third, but they won't oblige him as he gets back on the bag at third. Peavy delivers a pitch that's going to be a strike at the letters.
Good looking pitch there. Case looking in from the left side. Uh-oh.
Here comes McDaniel. And the throw to third. Got past the third baseman. Here comes the runner. McDaniel has scored. Here comes Jordan. He comes racing around third. And he'll score. Just like that, Gatlin Pete takes a 2-1 lead. Good bit of base running there by Bradley. He he kind of suckered them into trying to make a play and never checked up, coming to home, forcing a throw to the plate that was not there, and scores easily. Then they throw back to third, trying to get Jordan, and that got past the third baseman, and he scores. There's a ball strike.
You'll see that happen. Really good job there. He kind of waited till Height threw it back to Peavy. He took off for home, and they weren't able to make the exchange back and get it in there, and then Height threw away from third there.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's out number 1 as Case comes down swinging.
Yeah, sometimes Ken down here base running can win the game, and that was a good job of base running there by Gatlin Feed.
Here's the catcher, Jeremiah Henning. Lucas Teester is in the on-deck circle for 601 Sports. Peavy's pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Peavy's pitch again swung on, popped up. That's in the infield, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman, Carter. Carter gets that high pop-up right between the second and home plate for out number 2.
Good job of defense there. With floating back there and making the play on the ball. It's not easy to do. Good job.
Here's Teester, swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Left-handed batter. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Gatlin Feed has taken the lead 2-1. That pitch way outside. Nice stop by the catcher.
Teaster, left-hander, another left-hander. They've had a few left-handers on this Gatlin team. Good if you can hit from the left side.
Teaster chokes up just a little bit on that bat. Peavy's pitch is going to be a little bit high for ball.
Peavy's kind of settled back down in this inning again after a nice single and a walk, and
it was nice strike, nice pitch that went right at the knees. And that's it.
That's going to say, I think that's the third out. So.
A lot of inning for Gatlin Feed to get the 2 runs in, 1 hit. Don't leave anybody aboard. So at the end now of 2 complete, the score Gatlin Feed 2, Farm Bureau 1. Let's take 60 down the line. So Dixie Youth Baseball will continue after this on B92.
Our youth sports programs are an important part of our community. Rex Lumber is proud to be a supporter of youth sports. As in sports, teamwork is an important part of any business and community effort. Rex Lumber supports our community and is pleased to be a part of the team helping Lincoln County grow. Good luck to all the teams, and a big thank you to all the players, coaches, family, and supporters who make it all happen. Go teams! Rex Lumber is with you all the way. It's the good old summertime, and what better place to enjoy all the fresh fruits and vegetables the summer has to offer than Brookway Market Basket. Peanut lovers, Brookway Market Basket has fresh medium jumbo peanuts. Whatever the garden produces, you'll always get the best selection at Brookway Market Basket, 835 Brookway Boulevard, Brookhaven. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Credit, debit, and EBT cards accepted. And check out the EBT Double Up Bucks program at Brookway Market Basket. Brookway Market Basket now has in South Carolina peaches, and tell Wayne you heard about it on B92.
And to the top of the third inning, it is now Gatlin Feed 2, Farm Bureau 1. 23 minutes left on the time clock. Again, thanks to our field sponsors for their support of Dixie Youth Baseball, Hacker Brookhaven, Susan Probst, the Ameriprise, Trustmark National Bank, Dungan Engineering, Farm Bureau, and others who support Dixie Youth Baseball. So thanks to them for their support. This couldn't be doing things like this without support of your local businesses. So when you have business to do, and do to those folks who support our community.
That's right, Ken. So this interesting ball game, just to kind of recap, Farm Bureau, from my count, has had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base runners. They've only scored 1, and they've had, I think, 4 of them thrown out at home plate, whereas Gatlin Feed has had only 2 base runners, and due to some very interesting base runs, been able to score both of those. So kind of interesting the way this is going, and Looks like Henning there may have gotten.
I think it took one on the took one on the finger.
Yeah, during his warm-ups. But hey, he's flexing them.
He appears to be all right.
He's gonna rub a little dirt on it and stay behind the plate. And you know his coach wants to keep him behind the plate because he is, as I said, he's been able to hustle back to that backstop and get four different runners out at home plate.
Yeah, Eli Grayson, James Crawford, then the top of the order, Jacob Baker, and Braxton Bradley will be batting cleanup in this inning. 21 minutes left on the time clock. Second game coming up this evening. Now, we're just doing this game on radio. Second game starting at 7:30 on this very same field will feature Paul Barnett Nissan and 601 Sports. And we did last Monday, 601 Sports coming from behind to win that ball game against Bank of Franklin last Monday.
Yeah, these have all been good ball games that we have called. We have not had a blowout. We've either had one where somebody came from way behind and almost won it in the last inning, or we've had them come from behind. We've had extra inning games. So, you know, if you have an opportunity to come out to a game, we know it's a little restricted on the attendance, but if you have an opportunity to come, I think you're going to have a good time.
Eli Grayson, the right fielder, left-handed batter. McDaniel's first pitch is way outside for ball one.
So if you're Farm Bureau coming in here in this inning, you really want to answer those 2 runs and try to put a couple runs of your own on the board because you've done a good job and hadn't been able to score a whole lot.
McDaniel's pitch is again up high for ball 2. 2-0 count here on Grayson, Eli Grayson.
McDaniel was the offensive star in that last inning, got the lone hit of the game, and then was able to really do some crafty base running to score.
That pitch is going to be just on that outside corner.
Yeah,
a little bit of that black space on the outside for strike 1.
Good pitch there. You just keep driving that home. These Farm Bureau guys make them swing the bat.
Started the swing, holds up, takes it for ball 3.
Yeah, that
3-1 the count.
That pitch McDaniel has, when it comes in there, and when he takes some off of it, it looks like it's going to be way high, and then it floats in. It's either a strike or almost a strike.
Here's a 3-1 delivery. Strong pitch, caught that inside corner for strike 2. Comes at a full count, 3-2. McDaniel got a strike on the outside corner, then comes back inside on the left-hander to get strike 2. 3-2 count.
Grayson's got to protect the plate right here.
That's going to be ball 4. Take your base, says the umpire.
Yeah, that ball barely floated in, ball 4, but that's what it was.
So Grayson will take first base. Farm Bureau is still looking for their first hit of the ball game. First pitch upstairs, good stop by Henning. Crawford takes it up high, ball 1. Also a left-handed batter.
You know, McDaniel, when he's trying to throw that velocity, he's having a little trouble finding the strike zone. He'll take off a little bit, and it's floating in there. You may want to start those batters off like that.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 to count now on James Crawford.
I think he heard me talking right there because he took off a little bit on that one. Really, that's probably the best strike he's thrown this inning. Good-looking strike.
So runner at first, Eli Grayson. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Farm Bureau trailing Gatlin Feed. It's Gatlin Feed 2, Farm Bureau 1. With 18 minutes left on the clock here. McDaniel's pitch, swing and a miss.
Nice pitch, yeah. I noticed McDaniel, he's pitching from a full windup, which you'll find some of the kids down here pitch from the stretch, kind of preparing for the next level.
1-2 pitch on the way. That's inside, got away from the catcher. Hustling to second is going to be Grayson. It's called ball. 2-2 the count down. Crawford.
Not a bad pitch there either. It was barely inside. A little bit off of Henning's glove there. He had to chase it down.
So 2-2 pitch comes up. He's in trying to drive a run in here and tie this thing up for Farm Bureau. McDaniel's pitch way outside. Ball 3, full count 3-2.
Yeah, so if you're McDaniel here, you want something around the strike zone. Draw that swing from Crawford. Try to get him to drive the ball somewhere.
3-2 pitch. McDaniel brings it home. way inside, ball 4. With runners at first and second. Top of the order, Jacob Baker walked and scored the only run for Farm Bureau back in the first inning.
And if you're Farm Bureau right here, you got the situation you want. You got your first 2 guys on, and now you got the top of the order up there. These guys that are going to want to swing away, they get something to hit. They're going to go after it.
Got nobody out. Top of the third. Pitch way high off the back screen here. Both runners will advance. Henning does not have a play in either one. So on the play, Grayson will hustle the third, and Crawford will take second. And a ball 1 count, 1-0 count here on Baker.
Yeah, I don't know if that one got away from McDaniel. He tried to put a little bit too much velocity on that one, but it got away pretty badly.
1-0 count on the way. McDaniel pitches hard hit. That's going to be a base hit all the way to the fence. 1 run will score. Send the runner to run number 3. And the throw will come home to hold the batter at third.
Good job of getting the ball back in there. Very, as I said just before that at bat, that's Farm Bureau had just what they wanted. They had the bottom of their lineup and was able to walk, tee up their leadoff hitter, and he just drilled one into left field. Got past everybody out there and was able to get a triple out of it.
So 2 RBIs there for Baker. Farm Bureau regains the lead 3-2 here in the top of the third. First hit of the ball game for Farm Bureau. That pitch way inside got past the catcher coming home. No play at home. Henning having trouble to pick that up, and Baker kind of does a somersault coming in there, scores.
I think he went to slide, and his cleat just got caught in that dirt. But smart play there. He just rolled over and slapped home plate and scored. You could tell Baker had really good speed, and he was not even thinking about not scoring there.
Braxton Bradley with a 1-0 count on him. Farm Bureau now takes that 4-2 lead. Pitch to Bradley. Liked the pitch, but couldn't connect. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Well, as we said, those walks will sometimes come back to haunt you. They have not haunted Farm Bureau tonight because they've been able to get those plays at the plate, but that's changed here.
Swung on. That ball's going to foul back to the screen for strike 2. So 1-2 count now on Braxton Bradley.
Yeah, good cut there by Bradley. He was on it, just not quite able to square it up. Fat part of his bat kind of fouled it back.
Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a base slow over to second. Throw to first is in high. And that'll be a 4-2 put out. Jones fielding the ball cleanly, makes a nice throw to first for the out at first base for a 4-3 put out for out number 1.
That was really a nice play by Jones because that ball looked like it was hit harder than it really was. So when it hit that turf, it spun a little bit. He stayed right in front of it, fielded it, took his time, which is you got more time out there than you think you do. Took his time, squared up, threw it to first base. Nice put out there.
1 down here for Farm Bureau. Swung on. That's going to be fouled out of play for strike 1 to Branford. Beeson struck out his last time up.
Yeah, we're in that part of the Farm Bureau lineup that's going to take their cuts. And, that's resulted in, of course, 3 big runs for him as well as a nice hit ball there just previously to that. So
Elliott Peavy on deck here for Farm Bureau. They've scored 3 so far in this inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That ball a little bit out of the strike zone, it looked like, but Beeson tried to get a little piece of it, at least maybe trying to push it down that first base line.
I think it was floating up there, and Beeson was like, he really wanted to get a piece of it, like you said.
0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. That ball up and around the eyes, inside for ball 1-1-2 is your count now on Branford Beeson.
Good take there, and what I liked the way Beeson took that ball, even though it was well inside, he hung in there and waited till he knew it was going to be a ball.
1-2 pitch behind the batter, and I believe the umpire is going to say, did it hit him?
No, I think it was off his bat. Yeah,
off his bat.
Yeah, unfortunate there of your Beeson because it was not even close to being a strike. But again, he likes to stay in that batter's box and make sure that ball is not going to be in there, and it glanced off his bat there.
2-2 pitch swung on, foul back to the screen.
Good cut there on the inside pitch. Fought it off.
Count stays 1-2 here at Branford. Beeson.
I tell you, Beeson is not looking to walk. He's looking to get something to hit.
Beeson digs back in. Pitch on the way. That's going to be off the inside part of the plate for ball 2. So evens the count up at 2-2.
Yeah, I think McDaniel is purposely throwing that pitch. Ken, he'll let off on it a little bit, and it looks like it's really high and inside, and it floats back. Not far from the strike zone. That one was uncomfortably close there at the end.
2-2 pitch on the way. That's called strike 3. That's 2 down now. McDaniel struck out 2 now since he's come on in relief of both the starting pitcher for Gatlin Pete. Here's Elliot Peavy, the pitcher for Farm Bureau, struck out his first time up. That pitch, a fastball inside, ball 1.
Base is empty for Peavy, but you can get to second base on nice hit ball. They could add another run to this, and every run is precious right now. You see, it's a 4-2 ball game.
McDaniel steps off the mound and steps back up, ready to go now. A 1-0 count here to Peavy. That's a fastball. Rifle back up the middle and comes off the umpire. That's going to be a base hit since the umpire is part of the field.
That's correct? Right. That's correct. Very unfortunate for Peavy because that ball was headed, I think, to the fence. I mean, he just nailed it. But that's part of the game, the umpire's part of the field out there. You got to play it off of him. Matter of fact, he could have made the play there if they'd have been really watching what was going on and McDaniel had been able to react to it.
That's probably the hardest hit ball that we've seen.
I was going to say, that was going all the way to the fence. I'm sure about it. And that's all right. But it ended up being a single. So if you're Peavy here, you're going to want to try to advance.
Will Carter walked his last time up, pitch outside.
I think Peavy's going to challenge Henning back there a little bit and try to draw that throw.
Carter walked his last time up and thrown out at the plate trying to score.
Yeah, but your Peavy right here, you want to see if you can get anything to the backstop, advance a couple of bags, see if you can't add to this lead.
There's a strike on the outside corner, strike 1.
Good job by Henning there, grabbing it out there. Good pitch by McDaniel.
So 1-1 count here on Wilkes Carter, right-handed batter. Again, he steps in there, ready for the pitch from McDaniel. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Another good job by McDaniel, taking a little bit off that pitch and floating it into the strike zone. He's not just throwing out there. He's really thinking about his pitches.
McDaniel delivers, swung on, and missed for strike 3, and that's going to do it here for the Farm Bureau club in the top of the third. But a productive inning for Farm Bureau.
Yeah, great inning.
On the inning, they get 3 runs, 1 hit, the 2 RBI triple, and leave 1 aboard. We played 2.5 now. It's Farm Bureau 4 and Gatlin Feed 2. Let's take 60 down the line. Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
Cash in on cool summer savings at C&W Homes in Vicksburg. C&W Homes has 2 Sunshine Display homes at big discounts. Take your choice and save on a Sunshine 28 by 68 4-bedroom 2-bath home or a 32 by 64 3-bedroom 2-bath Sunshine home. Price includes delivery, setup, skirting, and AC. These great homes are priced to move. C&W Homes, Highway 61 South, Vicksburg. They will not be undersold. Call toll-free 800-748-9056. Online, cwmobilehomes.com.
During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
Back at the Lincoln Civic Center baseball complex, going to the bottom of the third inning. Gatlin Feed took the lead in the top of the third with a couple of runs, making it 2-1. Farm Bureau comes back in the bottom of the third with 3 runs. They now hold the lead 4-2 with 7 minutes left here going into the bottom of the third inning. If the time runs out and Gatlin Feed does not tie the game or can't go ahead here, the game would be over. We've got 7 minutes on the clock here still. Got the McCaffrey guys coming up here. Tucker McCaffrey, then we'll have Tristan McCaffrey.
Yeah, as you're talking about that time there, Ken, if you're Elliott Peavy here, you want to fill up that strike zone, but if you do it too quick, you might have to do it again. So one of those, if you're the Farm Bureau right here, you're wanting to really take your time. You not want to take too much time, but you want to methodically get them out without giving up a run.
So here's Tucker McCaffrey, the right fielder for Gatlin Feed, stepping to the plate right now. He'll be followed by Tristan McCaffrey. Then back to the top of the order with Jacob Jones.
McCaffrey hadn't decided whether he wants to hit from the right side or the left side, but he is filling up the right side.
Peavy's pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Down to 6 minutes. If Gatlin Feed cannot score and the time expires here, the game's over. But if they tie the ball game up, we'll just keep playing right now.
That's right.
Way high. That's probably the worst pitch Peavy's thrown tonight. That ball way upstairs, sailed over Height's head back here to the backstop for ball 2. One thing you don't want to do is walk the bottom part of the order here. No, that went way upstairs.
Because that's exactly what happened in the previous inning. Gatlin Feed walked up the bottom of Farm Bureau order, and then just like that, 2 runs came in.
Peavy puts that one right in the middle of the strike zone for strike 1.
Good job right there.
He's trying to kind of slow his pitching down, kind of lob it in there, it looked like, and he's kind of getting too much on it. It was over 2 or 3 straight 3-1 pitch. That one's going to be ball 4.
Yep, that was ball 4. I tell you, you're right, Ken. Sometimes aiming that ball is the worst thing you can do as a pitcher. You just need to wind up and throw it, act like there's nobody there, and you're just throwing to your catcher.
So here's Tristan McCaffrey. So Gatlin Feed with 4 minutes on the clock here. Of course, we'll play till the conclusion of the inning. They're going to have a conference on the hill here. Peavy looked like he kind of struggled with that last batter.
Yeah, not a bad idea of your Farm Bureau coach. Get out there and kind of settle Elliott down and say, hey, you just got to throw strikes. So let those guys swing the bats.
Peavy's pitch on the way. That's going to be a little bit low outside for a ball.
But a little closer in the vicinity than what he started off the previous batter with.
So 1-0 count, runner at first base. That pitch he kind of lobbing in there. Caught that outside corner. Just nipped that outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 count here on Tristan McCaffrey. With his Tucker over at first. There's a nice pitch. Just got that inside corner as McCaffrey was taking all the way on that pitch. Got a 1-2 count. That's correct. 1-2 count now on McCaffrey. Leadoff man Jacob Jones on deck. Farm Bureau with 3 minutes on the clock. Want to milk the clock, but also want to prevent any runs coming.
That's right.
That's a double job here.
Yeah.
A little bit high to Tristan McCaffrey for ball 2. 2-2 count.
Yeah, he definitely wants to get him a rhythm right now and go ahead and try to get some outs.
There's call strike 3. 1 down. Go to the top of the order. Jacob Jones struck out his first time up in the first inning. Then Garrett Mounty. And then Caden Book.
So it'll be Peavy right here. You're back in the part of the lineup that you're familiar with. We'll see if he can settle down and keep in that strike zone.
Here comes Peavy's pitch. swing and a miss. Jones kind of hesitated, looked like a little bit there, Jeff, then decided at the last minute, I'm going to swing at it.
Yeah, and that was another one of those that as that ball's floating in there, it looks like it's way inside. And then he starts moving back towards the strike zone.
Pitch outside for a ball. He was it up at 1-1 here on Jacob Jones. Second baseman made a nice defensive play back in the top of the inning.
Yeah, he did make a good play.
1-1 pitch, swung on, rips that one foul over to the first base dugout, strike 2.
Yeah, Peavy threw that in on his hands, and he took a rip at it and just kind of hit it off his hand over the right side. So he's got it zoned in now. He's going to swing away here, I feel like.
Pitch on the way is going to be off the plate. There goes the runner. McCaffrey hustling down to second base. Height will just throw it back to the pitcher.
Yeah, smart idea there by Height, because that guy on
so Tucker McCaffrey will take second. Count goes to 2-2. Now it goes to 3-2 on Jacob Jones. Jones a tying run at the plate. We're down to 1 minute with one out. Peavy's pitch, tried to place that one. Got it in the inside corner for strike 3. So 2 down.
Good pitch there, kind of floated. Looked like it was going to be a ball, but floated back into the strike zone. And
with 2 outs, no time on the clock, so this could be the ball game if Farm Bureau can get somebody out here. There's a call, strike 1.
Yeah, this is that Mouty is a good bit off the plate, and I think that really plays into what Peavy likes. If I were Mouty here, I'd kind of crowd that strike zone maybe a little bit.
Mouty's also struck out back in the first inning, swung on. There's a little pop-up that's going to hit on the top of the first base dugout for strike 2. So Mouty behind the count to Peavy.
That's a good job there by Mouty, and he was right on that. So he's got to guard the plate here, though, with 2 strikes.
Peavy into the windup. Here's a pitch. That's going to be upstairs for a ball. Ball 1. So that moves the count to 1-2 now on Garrett Mouty.
Not far out of the strike zone there. So good job by Peavy, challenging him a little bit up and outside.
Peavy's pitch. There is called strike 3, and that's the ball game. Farm Bureau will win it on the inning for Gatlin Feed. No runs, no hits. Got 1 left. It's a ball game in the books now. Final score: Farm Bureau 4, Gatlin Feed 2. Well, let's take 60. Let's go and take 2. We'll do 2 minutes down the line. All right. A little extra for our sponsors here. I'll take 2 minutes and come back and recap this ball game for you right after this on B92.
Sports injury? Tri-Therapy Physical and Occupational Therapy Clinics can help. We provide care for all types of injuries and rehabilitation. Richard Barker, owner and physical therapist, has created and managed sports programs for adolescents for many years here in Brookhaven. Tri-Therapy's main office is in Brookhaven at 509 Brookway Boulevard, along with locations in Crystal Springs, Monticello, Macomb, Magnolia, Prentice, and Hattiesburg. You have a choice. Choose Tri-Therapy. Call us at 601-833-7317.
Our youth sports programs are an important part of our community. Rex Lumber is proud to be a supporter of youth sports. As in sports, teamwork is an important part of any business and community effort. Rex Lumber supports our community and is pleased to be a part of the team helping Lincoln County grow. Good luck to all the teams, and a big thank you to all the players, coaches, family, and supporters who make it all happen. Go teams! Rex Lumber is with you all the way. It's the good old summertime, and what better place to enjoy all the fresh fruits and vegetables the summer has to offer than Brookway Market Basket. Peanut lovers, Brookway Market Basket has fresh medium jumbo peanuts. Whatever the garden produces, you'll always get the best selection at Brookway Market Basket, 835 Brookway Boulevard, Brookhaven. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Credit, debit, and EBT cards accepted. And check out the EBT Double Up Bucks program at Brookway Market Basket. Brookway Market Basket now has in South Carolina peaches. And tell Wayne you heard about it on B92.
Hey, this is Will Thibodeau with Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Southwest Mississippi's Ford Truck Headquarters. We here at Sullivan want to extend our biggest thanks for all of your business over the past few months by offering 0% up to 84 months on all remaining 2019 models, as well as 0% up to 72 months on most of our 2020 vehicles. Don't forget our special discounts for military, teachers, college grads, first responders, and healthcare professionals. Check out our Facebook page or visit us on the World Wide Web at SullivanFordLincoln.com. Sullivan Ford Lincoln. We're better, we're proving it, and we want you to be the judge. Exit 40, Brookhaven.
So the final score once again, Farm Bureau winning a nicely played ball game tonight, 4-2. Farm Bureau wins it. And the final unofficial line score, I've got Farm Bureau 4 runs of 1 hit, 2 left. Gatlin Feed 2 runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. Yeah, the player of the game would have to be obviously Peavy.
Got to be Elliot Peavy.
Elliot Peavy with 8 strikeouts in the ball game.
Yeah, Gatlin. Farm Bureau got 9 outs, and 8 of them were strikeouts by Peavy. So great job, really great job of pitching. And
of course, Peavy with the whip shot right up the middle and would have easily hit the fence, but that hit the umpire and held him to a single.
That's right.
Back there in the top of the third. But nice job by Farm Bureau. Got behind 2-1, came back, picked up 3 runs in the top of the third to take the 4-2 lead, and Peavy comes on and does the job in the bottom of the third to strike out the inning to preserve the win here for Farm Bureau.
Yeah, really a well-played game, as we said. Farm Bureau had a few folks tagged out at the plate by Gatlin Feed, so that kind of kept Gatlin in the game. And then, but after they got those couple runs, Peavy was able to come in, shut down the Gatlin Feed in that last inning, and preserve the win for Farm Bureau. Really a well-played game. A fun game to watch.
Well, folks, only 4 games left in this season here at the Dixie Youth Complex at the Lincoln Civic Center. Got another game here on this field starting in just a few minutes. It'll be 601 Sports taking on Paul Barnett. 3 games tomorrow, 2 here on Field 3. Starting at 6, Culbertson Construction versus Kingfish. At 7:30 here on Field 3, All-American Housing will play Farm Bureau. At a 6 o'clock game over on Field 4, Bank of Franklin will take on Gatlin Feed. So those are the games set for tomorrow. That'll be the final game schedule for tomorrow night. Now, fall baseball will be here at the complex. A lot of the teams already have formed, but if you have somebody who wants to play, go ahead and contact the Lincoln Civic Center. I think the registration period starts August 6th, but get their name on the list because teams will still be filling spots. So get them on the list so they can be chosen.
Right.
And season will start in September, run into latter part of October. It'll be an 8-game fall season.
Yeah, it'd be great. Get your kids involved. If they want to play, I'm sure somebody can find them a spot.
All right, Jeff, thanks for your help.
Enjoy it. It was a fun time this year.
Keep me straight here. All right, again, your final score, Farm Bureau 4 and Gatlin Feed 2. We will see you either some softball, maybe some fall softball, and football. Brookhaven Academy still set to kick off August 21st. Yeah. Brookhaven High, I think, still set to kick off, depending on what the MHSAA does this week.
Right.
That's right now tentatively scheduled for September 11th.
That's right.
For a kickoff. Got some scrimmage games coming up, I think the 28th of August against Madison Central, and they got Petal in there for some scrimmage games. But as things stand now, the MAIS will play starting August 21st.
I hope BA has a really good team this year, so tune in and listen to those games.
But then your MHSA teams will start schedule right now, September 11th. But folks, that's all subject to change.
Right. So it's going to be a different year. Be patient and enjoy what you can enjoy. Go to when you can go, and if you can't make it, listen to B92 and BA Cougars and whatever else. But there'll be a lot of stuff broadcast throughout the year.
All right. Well, that's it. Appreciate you all being along here this evening. Again, thanks to our sponsors for their great support throughout this season. And we'll see you come football season. Thank you. Along with Jeff Richardson, Ken Hollingsworth, our studio production coordinator, Jeremy Edwards, we say good night.
The following is a B92 Sports production. And now, Monday Night Baseball. Dixie Youth game coverage on B92 is brought to you by Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Exit 40 Brookhaven, King's Daughters Medical Center, Brookway Market Basket